Hi class, my name is Jennifer Torres.
And my name is Yvonne.
There's persuasion, there's rhetoric, and wherever there's rhetoric, there's meaning.
Okay, and that quote was by Kenneth Burke. Our question is, what is the sociological system of rhetoric? So for our intro, the sociological system is also known as contemporary rhetoric, and it is used interchangeably. So this system is using rhetoric to persuade others to find an objective truth. So in our presentation today, we will be covering the 5 important influential factors to sociological systems, the 4 types of contemporary devices, and our mnemonic device.
Okay, so there are 5 significant factors that influence the sociological system of rhetoric. The first one is the formation of government, which is less capitalism and more democracy. Yay for us! Second one is the international interdependence or higher interdependence, which is raising of economies and people and feeling a lot closer with the people. The third is depressions, obviously the Great Depression.
And the fourth one is war. So that includes the number of wars, and also it also plays a part in international interdependence because war itself can separate people but also unify people as well.
And the last one is the rise of communication technologies, which is the telephone.
So with that being said, there are different types of contemporary rhetoric. So we will be covering, I believe, 4. So the first one is the development of argumentation. Theorists who mostly contribute to this type of rhetoric was Toulmin, Perelman, and Albert Sarteka. And this type of rhetoric is personal and audience-based.
Moving on, the second type of rhetoric, which was the development in general semantics. General semantics is a process where people find how meaning gets made.
Okay, so this type of rhetoric can go hand in hand with the next type of contemporary rhetoric that I will be covering, which is the perfecting transmission system. This is basically the model of communication, which I'm pretty sure we're all familiar with because we are all comm studies major, and that involves how a message is conveyed through the speaker and receiver.
The last type of contemporary rhetoric is the reflective thinking groups. This is the decision-making process and proposes solutions.
So for our mnemonic device, we illustrated a car with a driver to represent the 4 types of contemporary rhetoric.
First is the body of the car, and it represents the development of argumentation because of the body of the car gives the car meaning. In other words, the car needs a body in order to let people know that it is a car and not something else.
Okay. So second is the engine.
Right.
So the engine, and it symbolizes the development in general semantics. So I believe it's this one. Because you need the engine to start the car, and general semantics is how meaning is being made. Okay.
Third is the transmission, which should be somewhere around here, of the car, which represents the perfecting transmission system because, like the model of communication, it helps the driver to change speed to go slower or faster, and in the model of communication, the receiver is the one who determines whether or not to send feedback to the receiver.
Okay, so lastly is the driver. Okay, so the driver represents the reflective thinking group because he or she is the decision-making person of where to drive the car, where to park it, and so on. So this is very evident that this is the reflective thinking group.
Nevertheless, our mnemonic device is important because we are contextualizing the 4 types of contemporary rhetoric with a car. It helps us better understand contemporary rhetoric because almost everyone owns a car and knows the basics of a car. This also helps us understand contemporary rhetoric because it's how meaning is being made, and it helps us realize what we can do to change our way of interpreting meaning or saying what we're saying.
As a conclusion, we have gone over the significant factors of rhetoric, the 5 of them, and of contemporary rhetoric, along with our mnemonic device as well.
Thank you, and I hope this helps.